LC. Here's an update on my life. Hi everyone, if you don't know me, my name is Leonardo Diasis, but please call me Leo because Leonardo is too long, so yeah. And it has been forever since I just posted any update about my life out here after moving from Guam to LA. It's been pretty much like 8 months, and yeah, it's been a while. I'm so sorry. Yeah, but I basically just wanted to give an update with my life out here just because it's been a while, yeah, and I feel bad. So I definitely want to talk about that. But at the same time, I kind of want to use this video to just really give advice or kind of use it as information to share to other people in the world who may be wondering of how it's like to be moving away from home, especially if it's super far. And it's also just a way for me to give tips to anyone who's watching who may want to make that move. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. I have a lot of points to like map out and talk about in detail, so I will be happy to share that. If you're just randomly coming across this video, hi, introduction again. My name is Leonardo, but please call me Leo. I am a dancer slash content creator based here in Los Angeles, but originally from the island of Guam. Hafaday, Toda Malik, how are you? Okay, so first few points, just to start off, a generalization. I moved here back in April of 2022. That was 8 months ago. It is now November. It's been a while. There have been a lot of things that I have experienced, both good and bad, but I don't regret any of it because anything that was bad, I did learn from it, and everything that is good, I'm so thankful and I'm so blessed. Definitely with me just moving out here, I just needed any, source of income, a vehicle for transportation, a social life, and just a lot of money. Not a lot, but like a manageable amount that could sustain you for your first few months here. So you're not going crazy, you're not pinching pennies level, you know what I mean? So yeah, that brings me to my first point, which is save as much money as you can. So I feel like a good amount to have saved up is comfortably like 10K. That is generally a lot of money, but if you were to accommodate for finding a place to stay, which includes like your deposit and few months of rent, that's roughly like $3,000 already. And on top of that, you would need your own car for transportation. Well, in my case, I bought a used car. So that's around like a budget of $2,000 to like $5,000. So that's already like $3,000 for like housing, buying a used car, like $5,000. That's like $8,000 already that have been like checked off your list. And then what's left over from that, if you do decide to like budget for $10,000 before moving here, you have like $2,000 left. And I would say that could prioritize your everyday, needs, essentials, groceries, toiletries, a bed. So you could get like a place to sleep, of course. And but definitely I would say 10K is a safe budget. Which brings me to my second point, which is budgeting. I feel like this is the most important things to keep in mind, especially being in a city like LA. There is just so much different things that are happening. You got like concerts that you want to go to. You got all these really nice thrift stores, clothing stores and like restaurants that are really nice to eat at. But of course, like if you're first moving here, do you really think that is a really important priority? No, I feel like the mindset that really helps is just to like make sure you got your everyday needs kept, which is like shelter, any means of transportation just to get you from point A to point B, food and everyday essentials, things for hygiene, and of course like in your own space, like things that are really important. In my opinion, that's a freaking mattress, a bed so you could sleep comfortably at night, sheets, all that stuff, pillows. So yeah. Also, if you do have a car, just gas, please. Like gas, especially right now. It is currently November 2022. Gas is skyrocketing right now. This economy is crazy. So yeah, those are like the main things I would say to really prioritize. And what I did was like have a spreadsheet or just something to take note of all these things that are really important to spend on. And for each one, of course, there's your price. Definitely like keep those in mind, and it will basically just help you map out where your money's going, so you're just not mindlessly spending. You know what I mean? If you just build those habits, keep those things to be priority in your life when you first move here, I would say you're able to sustain yourself, so you wouldn't be like finding yourself in like a deep hole where it's so hard out here. You know what I mean? So yeah. Next point I want to say is just having a long-term goal to achieve, and not just to like mindlessly like spend time out here without not really knowing what you want to do. The reason why I said this is because my really good friend who lives out here gave me this advice, and it really helped me, because if I never really figured out what I really wanted to do, what plan of action that I wanted to keep in mind when I'm out here, then I would just be like mindlessly spending my money, going to all these things that really don't work towards this long-term goal. Then I'll just be all over the place. That is something I do not want me to experience ever. I do not want anyone else to experience ever, because it really sucks. Really just like figure out what you want to do out here, you know, have a plan, like a plan of action with like what you're gonna do, what things you need to get done in order to reach that long-term goal, you know. And little by little, like all those efforts like will help you be in a better place in comparison to when you were first, you know, starting out. So yeah. Next on the tips, I would say with you just living life out here, doing the things that you want to do while being responsible for yourself, I would say networking is a really, really great thing. Naturally with me, I kind of network without even realizing it. You know, I think I'm just a naturally socially extroverted person. So this has made me meet so many other people that have been really good in my, you know, circle. Been really good with just like what I want to do out here, which helps with what I want to do long term, you know what I mean? But if you're not like extroverted or like very like, you know, social, that's totally fine. But the point that I'm trying to make and just like be clear is just who you know definitely helps with where you want to go and what opportunities you want for yourself. I would say that ever since I first moved out here, I've met a really good amount of people who I still am connected to this day, and just getting to know each other, like what they do for a living, what they're interested in, and me finding some sort of relation to that, it really like builds like that connection, but at the same time long term, potentially the same things you want to work towards too, then they're gonna be in your mind and you're gonna be in their mind, you know? So if any opportunity comes and arises, you will be considered. You know what I mean? It has given me a lot of great opportunities. It has made me meet a lot of great people who I love to surround myself with. It definitely could give a good influence to just like how you will go about your day and life out here if you find the right people who really like, you know, feed your long-term goals and just like what you want to do out here. So definitely do that. If I were to give an example of what I mean by this is how I met my really good friend. His name is Ryan Sader. Ryan, if you're watching this, hello. So Ryan, he is a recording artist and a performer, and he asked me if I wanted to choreograph his new music video that will be releasing early of next year. And how that opportunity came up was just me meeting him at a drag show and just talking about like what we love to do and just really like vibing out and connecting with that. So it's just like simple stuff like that that really like could grant you opportunities just from, you know, meeting other people and them knowing in their heads that you have this particular talent, and for them to like, you know, see value in that, you know. So definitely like find yourself in environments where you know you could connect with a lot of people who have the same interests as you, and network, talk, you know what I mean? So your network is your net worth. Definitely do that. Next, get familiar with your area. Definitely, this is something that is the main reason why I'm only posting now. But basically, I just really needed to sink in this new environment that I was living in and kind of live that to my best extent, comfortably, without anything latched on. And I say that because, for me at least, with where I come from an island that is super, super simple, isolated from like the rest of the world, and is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's super simple, tropical island. I miss it so much actually just talking about it. But it is very, very different from just how LA is, because LA is so busy, there's a lot going on here, you know, and it was an adjustment for me. So I kind of just had to like really sink in everything in, and until now I could say that I'm pretty comfortable with just like, you know, where my head is now in this new city. So yeah, comfortably I would say 6 months is a good time frame just to like let everything sink in for yourself, you know. So with me saying this, I would say yeah, like go out and have a good time, just to explore the city, go to all these places that you always wanted to go at, you know, just to like get a sense of like where you're at, you know. Hit up your friends if you have friends. So yeah, I would say give yourself 6 months comfortably at most, just to enjoy yourself out here, just to let everything sink in with this new environment that you're living at. You know, it's very important to do that. Okay, and lastly, it is to don't take it too seriously. Never take it too seriously. When I say this, I'm just talking about just enjoying the ride, enjoying the process. Because if you really do not enjoy it, you kind of just like find yourself just grinding for what? Like, for all the wrong reasons. And it really sucks. Like, it kind of just like doesn't acknowledge like why you are working towards all these things in the first place, you know? If you're not enjoying it, then what's the whole point of like you pursuing what you want to do passionately, what you want to pursue doing, you know, as a long-term career? So yeah, that's what I mean. With all these things I kind of like mentioned about with like all these tips, it kind of seems like it's very structured to the point where it's so like serious, but that's just the sense of keeping yourself accountable so you could attain all these things you want to do and enjoy. You know, I think that's the best way for me to put it. And even though there's that, and then there's a part of enjoying, it's just a fine balance in between, you know? And having that balance means to like not take it too seriously. So, yeah, I hope that made sense. I hope that works out. Definitely take breaks, you know, if you're feeling burnt out, if you're just feeling not good in a day, take time to recharge in yourself and just reflect as to why are you feeling this way. Just know that it's not the end of the world, and the emotions you're feeling at that absolute moment are temporary. That's a thought that really helps me a lot when I'm not feeling my best, you know? It's just a bad day, not a bad life. That's what really helps a lot. So yeah, take a break, kind of rekindle why you're doing all these things you want to do, you want to pursue, you know, why you are so passionate about these things, and let that really sink in to help you revitalize your purpose, your plan of action, and why you a bad bitch. So yeah, do that. If you're still watching and you made it to the end, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really hope these tips help you out with your move to whichever city, you know, new country, state, whatever you are wanting to be in, and hopefully like it really makes your journey smooth, and I wish you the best. So yeah, if you want to keep up with more talks like this, my life out here pursuing what I want to do, please like this video and subscribe, and see you in my next one. Deuces.